Hi there, today I'm making Florentine minced meatballs. The ingredients first off will be obviously mincemeat. Probably could have done with a bit less, but that's the packet came in. Onion, couple of eggs to bind the meatballs, bit of bacon for flavour, garlic, some cheese. The recipe says parmesan, but I'm just going to use mousetrap cheddar. Soak up the fluids and breadcrumbs, and just for the flavouring, add salt, white pepper, and beef stock, just a couple of teaspoons of that, or fresh beef stock if you've got it. And then the flour, it's going to be seasoned flour, just to roll the meatballs in before putting them in the oven to cook on about 160 degrees for 20-25 minutes. Just to continue the flavouring, oregano, I've got some fresh oregano here as well, and some parsley. Of course all these items are going to be chopped up very small and then all mixed up. I just use an ordinary bowl to mix them up, and I'm not a get your hands dirty merchant. I just use a fork just to mix it all in. So I'll do the preparation and then come back to just doing the mix. Right, so I put all the ingredients out. I've put the mincemeat, eggs, stock cube, oregano, salt and pepper in there. And on the workbench I've got bacon, parsley, onions, cheese, and of course must forget the spinach, which I did not mention in the introduction. And these, I've coarsely chopped them, obviously need to be finely chopped to go into the meatballs. So if you've got one of these devices, sort of a multi-blade cutter, quite handy just to roll across all the items and get it down to a smaller size. And once that's done, I'll just put it in there with the grated garlic and mix it all up. And then as it's being mixed, I'll use the breadcrumbs to soak up any juices. And the alternative to using this chopping device is to use a knife, sharp knife, and just chop the way through it. Put one hand on this side, or fingers, and just pivot up and down. It's probably just as effective. Oh, and I forgot to mention with the mincemeat to use premium grade mincemeat, because if it's a lower grade, it's got quite a bit of fat in it, and that tends to ruin the taste of the meatballs. So it's best to pay that bit extra and go for the premium mince. Now I've added in the spinach, so that is about ready to mix in with the mincemeat. But just thought I'll do that. I'll add the garlic. To save my fingers getting covered in garlic, I just use one of these, in fact it's a parmesan grater I think, and just chop chop the ends off the garlic and then just grate it through, and hey presto, crushed garlic. Right, there's the mix. So I put the ingredients in with the mincemeat, and that's just a question of mixing them all through so all the different elements occur in each meatball. You see it's quite wet with the egg and the water off the spinach and such like, and the bacon. So once it's all mixed up, I'll be using the breadcrumbs to firm it up. Right, I think that looks fairly well mixed now. With the spinach, onions, cheese, can't actually see the cheese, eggs, but it's a bit wet, so I'll put in some breadcrumbs. Just to soak up the juices. And then I'll just fold that in. So it gets drier. The flour mix, I just use ordinary plain flour. Put some in a bowl. Add some salt. And a sprinkle of pepper. Mix that through. And then the idea is to take a teaspoon of the meat mix, roll it in the flour, and then put it onto a tray so it can go in the oven. And so we'll just go through those steps. So just take off the scoop. And the size is really up to you. But probably all the reasonably same size is best. And I'm trying hard not to use my fingers, otherwise they're going to get coated in the meat. So just push it a bit. Bring up the roundest one I've ever done. One. So I think I might have said that the idea of the flour is that as it's cooking and the meat juices start coming out, they'll be absorbed by the flour rather than roasted. And so you just keep going like this until the whole thing is in meatballs and we put in the oven. Right, just starting into my second tray. And we'll get better at forming up the meatballs as we go along. I say once they're made, then the ones you don't use on the day can be frozen, and they're quite nice with tomato sauce and spaghetti, or as meatballs in gravy with potatoes. So they're quite versatile as a food source. And also, you can see how many meatballs I'm making. It's quite a good way of stretching the budget. Right, there's the meatballs all done. So I've got them on 2 trays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 27. So that's not too bad from a small pack of mince. So I'll pop them in the oven for about 25-30 minutes, and then that's them done. Right, and there they are, fresh out of the oven. So I'll just leave them on the racks to cool. And bon appetit.